Hello friends, once again I welcome you on my YouTube channel English with Razvi. Dear friends, if you haven't subscribed the channel, please subscribe the channel and remain updated of the upcoming videos. In today's lecture, we are going to talk about the first poem of 12th class Flamingo book, and the name of the poem is My Mother at 66. Dear students, it is composed by Kamala Das. It is not written by Kamala Das. In writing and in composing, there is a lot of difference. It is composed by Kamala Das. Perhaps you know about Kamala Das. Kamala Das was from Kerala, Malabar, and one of the most important thing that you must know about Kamala Das is that she inherited writing skill. She was deeply influenced by the writing of her uncle, and the name of her uncle was Nalpat Narayan Menon, perhaps like this, and she was also influenced by her mother as far as her creativity is concerned. She was also a great writer and great poet, and she was thus you can say that she was deeply influenced by her uncle and by her own mother. That's why she started writing at an early age, and when she was married off, her husband also cooperated her, and she continued her writing. In as far as the poem My Mother at 66 is concerned, it is written without any rhyme scheme. When you find that there is no rhyme scheme in any poem, then there may be two options. One option is either the poem is in blank verse or the poem is in free verse. Although generally people think that blank verse and free verse are same, but there is a lot of difference between blank verse and free verse. As far as rhyme scheme is concerned, both in blank verse as well as in free verse, there is no rhyme scheme in poems. But as far as rhythm and meter is concerned, in blank verse you will find a rhythm, a meter, but in free verse you don't find any kind of meter. This poem, as you know, is written in free verse. There is no meter. When there is a meter in blank verse, that's the difference between blank verse and the free verse. In free verse you don't find any kind of meter. In blank verse you will find a meter, and that is generally iambic pentameters. Iambic pentameter is in iambic pentameters you will find 10 syllables in a line, generally 10 syllables in a line, and one unstressed syllable is followed by one stressed syllables, and that is called blank verse. So you don't find any kind of such kind of rhythm and meter in this poem, and that's why it is written in free verse. So don't get confused of free verse and blank verse. Some books will say that it is in blank verse, some books will say that it is in free verse, but it is in free verse because there is no rhyme scheme, and as well as there is no meter in this poem. So let's discuss about this poem. It is written in free verse. So first point that you must know about this poem is it is in free verse. It is not in blank verse. There is no rhyme scheme, there is no meter in this poem, and that's why it is in free verse. As far as theme of this poem is concerned, it deals with the theme of fear of loss. Fear of loss, and in this particular poem, the fear of losing her mother is the theme of the poem. So you can say that the theme is fear of loss. Fear of loss. That is the theme of this poem. There are so many poetic devices are used in these poems. When we will discuss this poem line by line, then we will find out the poetic devices, and we will come to know about these poetic devices. Now let's discuss about this poem. What is important in this poem? The first line is driving from my parents' home to Kochi. So friends, Here my is poetess Kamala Das. Kamala Das is driving from my parents' home to Cochin. If this word driving is used, then it is clear that they are in a car, or you can say they are in a vehicle. Driving from my parents' home to Cochin last Friday morning. Time is Friday morning. It is not important, although it is also very significant. It may be that Kamala Das is using this particular last Friday morning to show that time doesn't stop, it goes on moving. It goes on moving. My parents' home to Cochin. It means that poetess Kamala Das, or you can call her poet. Poet Kamala Das is staying at her mother's home. Poet Kamala Das is staying at her mother's home, at a parental home. And now she is going to Cochin. She is going to Cochin airport. And the time is last Friday morning. Last Friday morning, Kamala Das is going to Cochin airport and she is accompanied by her mother, because in the next line you will find that her mother is with her. So in the very first line, in first two lines I should say, you will find that both poet and her mother, they are in a car and they are going towards Cochin airport. And from there, from Kamala Das mother is going to Cochin airport, from there, from Kamala Das parental home. And the time is last Friday morning. I saw my mother beside me. Beside means inside of. Beside means inside of. Inside of. This beside means inside of. I saw my mother beside me. Kamala Das observes that her mother is sitting inside of her. Kamala Das observes that her mother is sitting inside of her. Doge. Doge is a situation's sleep slightly, or you can say when a person is unable to observe whether this person is sleeping or is in an awakening condition. So that condition is called dozing. She is sleeping, you can say here. Open mouth. Her mouth is open. While sleeping, she has opened her mouth. Her face ashen like that of a corpse. Her face ashen like that of a corpse. When she observes, when Kamala Das observes, when she sees her mother, she sees that she is dozing, she is sleeping. She has opened her mouth. Her face ashen like that of a corpse. Her face is ashen like that of a corpse. Corpse is just like a dead body. Corpse is a dead body. Ashen means fade, or you can say faded color, just like the color of the ash. What she observes, Kamala Das here observes that the face of her mother is just like a dead body. She thinks that her mother is on the verge of death, and realized with pain that she was as old as she looked, but soon put that thought away and looked out at young trees sprinting, children spilling out of their homes. Here you will have to find out a poetic device. If the word like or as is used for comparison, then you should say that here poetic device simile is used. When she sees her mother's face, then she observes that the face of her mother is just like a color of a corpse. So her mother's face is compared to a dead body. So two different objects, when two different objects are compared and there is a similarity, then it becomes a simile. That's why here ashen like that of a corpse. First object is face and second object is corpse. and the comparison is made with the help of this like word. And similarity is that corpse is of ash color and her face, her mother's face is like ash and like color, and that is the similarity between. That's why here simile is used. Now, and realized with pain when she sees that, when Kamala Das observes that the face of her mother is just like a dead body, or she, after observing the condition while sitting in a car, she is dozing, her mouth is opened, her face is of a faded color, just like a dead body. At that moment, Kamala Das realized what she realized. She realized with pain. When she thinks all the minute observations, when she observes this minute observations, she realized with pain. What she realized that she was as old as she looked. It means that she was an old lady and she may die at any time. She is an old lady and she may die at any time, but soon put that thought away. When she thinks that she may die at any time, at that moment she doesn't want to think continuously about the same process of death, and she would like to put this thought away from her mind. Means from negativity, she would like to divert her mind from negativity to positivity. And that's why now, in spite of looking at her mother's face, she starts looking outside. Means she takes a shelter in the lap of nature. She starts watching, she starts looking at nature outside. So she thought that away and looked out at young trees, and she starts observing the nature. And what she observes? She observes that young trees. Sprinting means running. Here this word sprinting means running. What she observes? When she diverts her mind from her mother's face to natural objects, she observes that she looks at young trees which appears to be sprinting means running. Here young trees are sprinting. Here personification is used. Personification is used in young trees sprinting. When she looks at the trees, she finds out that young trees appears to be sprinting, because she is sitting in a car, and when the car is going ahead, and when she looks at the trees, it appears that trees are running, and that's why personification is used. She looks at the young trees that appears to be sprinting or running. Merry children spilling out of their homes. Merry children means happy children. Happy children spilling out of their homes. Spilling means coming out. Generally this spill word is used for liquid, but here rather than using for liquid, it is used for the children, and that's why here metaphor is used. Metaphor is used in the word spill. Metaphor is used here in the word spill. Merry children spilling out of their homes. She also observes that children who are merry, who are happy, and they are coming out of their homes. They may be in the mood of playing games, and they are happy and they would like to come out of their homes and enjoy their life. Here the poet uses a contrast, because at one place she observes the mother, and the condition of her mother is that she appears to be just like a dead body. She is in an inactive condition. But on the other hand, when she observes the young trees, they are full of energy. They are in a condition of running. They appears to be sprinting. So inactive and active is concerned. Her mother is dull see just like a dead body, but on the other hand the children are full of energy. So the poet uses a contrast, and at the same time these two images are used in the poem. Merry children and merry children and sprinting trees. Merry children and sprinting trees, these two images are used. These two images are used here in this poem. So with the help of the contrast, the poet would like to show the conditions. She also wants to divert her mind from negativity to positivity when she sees that her mother may die at any time, because she is in such an age, and her condition is also the same, and that's why she diverts her mind and she starts thinking about the trees sprinting and the merry children's. Both trees sprinting and merry children's are full of energy and they are in active conditions, and that's why here the poet diverts her mind from negativity to positivity, and these two images are used in this poem. But after the airport security check, standing a few yards away, I looked again at her, when pale as a late winter's moon, and felt that old familiar ache, my childhood fear. But all I said was, "See you soon, Amma." All I did was smile and smile and smile. Now, the poet continues to narrate the events. When she was sitting in the car, she observes her mother's face, and when she is filled with the negativity, she is filled with the approaching death of her mother. She then she diverts her mind from the negativity to the positivity, from the inactiveness to the activeness. And when she reaches at the airport, she again narrates the events. But after the airport security check, when she reaches at the airport and when she had gone through the security checkup, she again looks at her mother, who is standing a few yards away. Uh, Her mother is standing a few yards away, and poetess Kamala Das observes her mother once again. After going through the security check, she once again observes her mother, and this time what she sees, because in the previous phase she has observed the negativity, she comes to know, she realizes that her mother may die at any moment, but she diverts her mind then. But after reaching at the airport, what she now sees, I looked again at her, when pale as a late winter's moon. Poetess once again looks at the face of her mother, which is just like a faded, and pale means yellowish. Her mother's face is faded and it is of a yellowish pale as a late winter's moon. Her mother's face is just like a late winter's moon. Late winter's moon is faded yellowish, faded and yellowish, because the late winter's moon appears to be faded and yellowish, and it appears that it has lost its brightness. Her mother's face also appears just like a winter's moon. Here a comparison is made. Mother's face is compared with the winter's moon. When a comparison is made between two different objects, having at least one similarity, and the similarity here is dullness, fadedness, yellowishness. These are the similarity, and both are different things. One is a moon, another is a lady. That's why a simile is used here, as comparative word is used here as simile. So the poet, with the help of simile, would like to show the comparison with the faded moon. with the moon which has lost its brightness in this late winter season, and felt that old familiar ache and my childhood fear. There are two types of fear: familiar ache and childhood's fear. What is the familiar ache and what is the childhood's fear? Familiar ache is a type of pain. Familiar means acquainted. She now realizes the familiar ache. She evokes in her mind that the fear, the pain of her childhood has evoked in her. And what was the reason? Because from the very childhood she used to think that she has to be separated from her mother. One day her mother may die at any time, and that's why she feels a type of pain, she feels a type of ache, and she feels a type of fear, because from the very childhood she used to think that one day she has to live away from her mother. One day her, or in other words, or in simple words you can say, one day her mother will die. She thinks that one day her mother will die, and that was the familiar ache and that was the childhood fear. But all I said was, see you soon, Amma. Like the previous page, here also the poet realizes that there is nothing in her mother, she is going to be died. But even then, from negativity she again diverts her mind to positivity, and she says that, but all I said was, see you soon, Amma. And finally these are the departing words, and in these departing words she says that, see you soon, Amma. See you soon, Amma. She says that, Amma, we will meet again very soon. All I did was smile and smile and smile. Here, smile and smile and smile. This word shows the positivity. This word shows the positivity from Kamala Das' part, because she is well aware about the fact that perhaps it is not possible to see her mother once again. But even then she says that, see you soon, Amma. And she says this with convictions, and she again smile and smile and smile, because here she does not want to hurt her mother. She wants to live with her mother because of the family pressure, because of some other complications, because of her duty. Kamala Das cannot stay with her mother. She wants to stay with her mother, but because of other duties, because of other complications, she has to leave her at her parents' home, but she will have to go to her own home. And that's why, but at this situation she doesn't want to hurt her mother. She wants to show these convictions that we will again meet you. And that's why the poem ends here with this positive note of smiling. And when you will find the word again and again, so you can write down here repetition. Repetition, the poetic device repetition is used here in the last line, smile and smile and smile. Now for better understanding, dear students, I tell you something about this poem. In this poem, what has been told? Suppose this is the home of Kamala Das' mother. Kamala Das' mother. This is the home of Kamala Das. And here it is the airport. Cochin Airport. It is Cochin Airport. Now what happens? Kamala Das is staying at her mother's house. Suppose this is the house of Kamala Das. Kamala Das stays here, and now she has come to meet her mother at this place. After staying some time with her mother, now she starts her journey towards that airport in a car. They are driving in a car. When they are sitting in the car, she observes her conditions, and when she observes her conditions, she is filled with negativity, and that's why, in order to remove this negativity, in order to divert her mind, she starts looking at the trees which are outside, and these appear to be running. These are the trees which appears to be running. At the same time, she also observes children who are spilling out of their homes. She observes it, and after, when she reaches at the airport, after the airport security checkup, means whatever the formalities that the airport department or airport security has to be completed, after this airport security check, she again look at her mother who is standing outside this airport or a few yards away. She observes her conditions, and again she is filled with negativity. At one time, this negativity is removed by these trees and these children, but when she is here, now she doesn't find anything that can remove the positivity. So that's why she becomes positive, and she would like to show her mother that she will see you soon. And that's why, with this positive note, this poem ends. And after this airport, Kamala Das again comes to her house. That's in the poem. Thank you for joining me.